BetOnline is the world's most trusted betting platform and your number one source for online betting in 2025. Whether it's your first time or you've been at it for a minute, BetOnline has you covered. With a large selection of odds on everything from the NBA, college basketball, NHL, and UFC, BetOnline has you covered. BetOnline has got you on every game, every play, and every win. BetOnline, the game starts here.
This shit feel like ain't safe. Put lines on through my ass. Wake up in the morning, count my blessings. Feel like heaven. This shit feel like ain't safe.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Welcome to the Money Down on the Believe Network, presented by BetOnline.ag. Back again with another live episode, man. We appreciate everybody who tunes in and watches us every week. If you're new, we appreciate you tapping in too, man. And we'll do something a little different to start this episode. You know, usually we jump straight into news and everything like that, but we're gonna switch it up, little icebreaker. So, you know, I've been driving a lot lately, you know, back and forth, work, home, and all that stuff. So yeah. I've been tapped into the music and everything. So I mean, if you're viewing, you could put in the chat what you listen to too. But what do you guys listen to when you're on a road trip? Couple hours, I mean, hey, 30, 45 minutes, 8 hours. What y'all throwing on in the car? I know for me, I mean, I just throw it on shuffle, and I don't be knowing what the heck for to come on. I mean, sometimes kid music pop on, be some Coco Melon, some freaking kids bop, the vibe off a little bit. But I really throw it on shuffle, and I like to hear some songs I ain't heard, and sometimes some old funks that come on, be like, man, kind of forgot about that song. Throw it on a playlist or something like that. So I really put mine on shuffle. Be everything from, you know, gospel, R&B, country, rap. I listen to a little bit of everything, so I don't necessarily have a preference. If it's a new album I haven't listened to, then maybe I'll throw that on, give it a listen, you know, for a ride. But other than that, I'm throwing it on shuffle. I don't know about y'all.
It depends on the mood I'm in. Lately, bro, we've been talking about it. I've been fooling with Gunna, man. That album, it's just, I seen some stuff the other day. It just made me go back and listen to it. And he been in his bag for sure. If I'm a little hurt and I'm in my feelings, you know, I got to throw on Fat Boy. I got to ride with Rod. So it just depends on the mood. But like you said, bro, you know, the phones and the car play and all that stuff, they do a good job with mixing it up, man. There's nothing like hearing a song you ain't heard in a minute and you could just push up and vibe to. So that's what I'm gonna roll with. What about you, Warren?
I know Warren.
hey, bear with, hey, rock with me. So I listen to musicals. So like I rock with everything. So like the Wicked playlist, the Wicked soundtrack, the Lion King soundtrack, Hamilton, Dear Evan Hansen, Les Mis. So because I'm y'all know I'm a character, so like I know all the songs from front to back. Like I know a lot of songs. Then I switch it up. I go to some heavy metal. I go to like some Bulls on Parade.
You trying to stay up?
Papa Roach. I'm on all that.
You trying to stay awake?
And then I switch it up. I listen to some gospel. Depending on, you know, if it's a day trip or a night trip. If I'm in a day and I know I'm gonna be awake, you know, I listen to some gospel and all that stuff. Slow it down. Or I'll listen. I've been on Big X the Plug heavy recently. That take care of album fire.
I gotta get him a shot. I've been hearing a little, like, so the little shuffle's been coming up on the in the car ride, but I ain't listened to the album yet. But I heard you talking about him, so I gotta give him a shot.
I'll be vibing. I remember when I was going on CBS one Saturday, Dane used to be the one with the music, you know, before the show and everything. He threw on the Big X the Plug and everybody was vibing. That was really the first time I really had, you know, heard his music aside from
he be jumping. Music be jumping.
He got some little funks on there. I could definitely see playing that, you know, on a road trip. You know, definitely getting you right. And you know, kind of. I gotta say this though, man.
Warren playing that heavy metal.
Hey,
your ox duties might get revoked.
No, bro. Hey, my wife be asleep anyway, so I listen to it.
That don't wake her up.
Oh, bro, no.
You say that old Jeezy. I ain't gonna lie.
Old Jeezy, yeah. ITP, yeah.
Jeezy, my favorite artist, especially from like high school.
Oh
Jeezy
man,
was on the generational run back then. Yeah. get me right before the high school games, everything like that. So I'm always tapped into the OGs, and they're kind of along the same lines, talking about how I'm traveling back and forth from work. Kind of give y'all a little update on the coaching. Like about 2 weeks in to this whole coaching thing, man. It's been an experience for sure. I mean, it's definitely a grind. I definitely already expected that. Early mornings, late nights, everything like that. But I would say I've been having fun with it. Been kind of feeling kind of back to myself. I mean, us we ball players, and it's hard to get that locker room type feel once you leave it. I mean, the closest thing to a locker room type feel for us is playing Xbox. That's like the next best thing. You be on the Xbox. Like we played 2K last night. We was getting whooped on the game, but we still we still having some fun, man. But yeah, this coaching thing has been cool, man. Obviously, I'm learning. I mean, the kids really they're ahead of me because they already know the offense and everything. So I'm trying to learn the offense along with trying to give them some tips and critiques and things of that nature. So man, it's been fun. In spring ball, about 6 practices in. So I think for me, it's definitely only the small time that I've been here is just seeing the small growth and steps from the kids. Taking the coach and applying it to the field. Kind of listening, being a sponge, and trying to get better. Throughout these 15 spring practices, that's definitely been a cool thing. And then starting to build relationships with these guys. I'm sure most of them probably don't feel real comfortable, talking like that because we only known each other for so long. But I know as the weeks go on, they'll probably start to ask more questions and things of that nature. And likewise, I'll learn a little bit better, so I'm able to teach them a little bit better and speak the same language as the running back coach, the offensive coordinator, everybody like that. But it's been fun, man. A lot of familiar faces, Coach B, Aaron Henry, all that. I would definitely say, man, these kids, they compete. I think that's been the most fun part I've seen, man, because the big thing in this day and age is a lot of people question whether the kids love it as much as we did or the previous generations did. But I will say this team, they compete, they have fun, they know how to work. So it's definitely been a pleasure to see. So I've been enjoying it so far. I'll definitely say that. It's cool to be
CFP. Did I hear you say CFP?
Hey,
here you go. That's dope, bro. That's dope, especially to hear that from you, bro. In the same time, like you said, it's been a lot of question if kids actually still love the game as much as the previous guys that came before. But shout out to Coach B and everybody there for instilling that hard work still in them and making sure they still grinding and put it all together because. We all know with this NIL thing and all this money floating around, man, a lot of these kids, kick your feet up and coast, bro. Especially if you're somebody that, you're making a little bit of money. I could see how it could be very tempting to get complacent, bro. So shout out to Coach B and everybody on staff, keeping them boys in the trenches and keep it going.
Well, they always been like that, bro. I don't know, James. I don't know if you remember. Well, no, James, you definitely remember.
Yeah.
The first couple of years with Coach B. When we could barely get an extra pair of socks back in them days.
I heard them boys used to be stingy.
Hey, Coach B said you want it, you gotta earn it, boy.
Hey, I heard Coach B had y'all in black shoes, white socks, no swag, man.
Black cleats.
Hey, but we used to smoke fools though.
Y'all was.
We was smoking food.
Boys dripped out. Now they got the swag now.
They in Nike too.
Yeah,
Nike.
Hey, Coach B be swagged out too now. Feet be on point, sneakers be on point. So
Hey, Coach B, where was that energy, bro? When you was in that Adidas, bro.
Hey, sorry, Coach B, you gotta get with the times, fam. So it's good to, some of these coaches, some of these coaches still be looking like 1980. You gotta get with the
yeah, you gotta get with the Jets. They like to be swagged out. You gotta match them a little bit. You gotta match their vibe. So it's definitely been cool to see. Kind of turn the page a little bit. It's the annual coaches meeting has been going on over the past few days. It might have been passed already, but there's been some new rules going to the NFL now. Number one, no more chain gangs, no more chain crew on the sideline. It's gonna be all technology, all camera based now, which is gonna be. I mean, a lot of people have been saying they wanted this. I mean, I know Perk said he wished the Buffalo Bills would have had this during the playoffs. Maybe they'd call Josh Allen's quarterback sneak a first down. Maybe
I told you it was a first down.
Can't even man.
I don't think so.
Hey, Cameras would have called it.
I don't know, but it's
Can't
gonna
even
be
see the
interesting.
ball.
Yeah, you could. You can see it. Yeah, you could. Y'all boys on that. Y'all boys on that Kansas City juice. Stop doing it.
I don't care if they won, but it's gonna be interesting because obviously when you watch the game on TV, everybody goes off that yellow line for the first down that you see, which isn't always accurate. You always went off the chain gang on the sideline, but now I wonder how this is exactly gonna work as far as because I feel like you still got to have something on the sideline for the players so I can know. I mean, we'll see what that all looks like. So I know where the first down marker is at. Like that's a big thing, for players, especially offense and defense. I know where to play at the sticks and like all that stuff. How many yards for to get the first down? So I feel like it's still got to be a chain game on the sideline. It could be. I don't know how y'all feel about it.
It's gonna be super interesting because, like you said, I think the chain gang's still gonna be on the sideline, but I think it's just more of like a secondary type deal of how they're gonna handle it. But my thing is, bro, is what happens if it's? I'm sure they probably going off like a chip in the ball or something like that, right?
Maybe
stuff malfunction all the time, so it's not gonna be until something happened and then a team lose on a 4th and inches or a 4th and 1. And we're gonna be right back to square one. Keep the people on the sideline, but it's gonna be interesting to see. I mean, just with all the technology that we got nowadays, with all these camera angles and everything, bro, it's the sky's the limit of how they're gonna be able to finagle this whole thing. But my only concern is gonna be is there any malfunctions with the ball. So I don't know. We'll see though.
I mean, maybe that's something you test in preseason, before you roll it out.
It's official. There ain't no rollout.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's true.
So they practiced it last year. There's an NFL ref that work out at the same place that I work out at, and they practiced it last year with the chip being in the ball. So it's like I said. Now is rolling out. It ain't no do-overs. It's live in effect.
Hey, somebody gonna come up with a wild theory that the NFL directing the ball in the air.
See,
manipulation.
Hey, somebody gonna say
make sure they don't get a hit. Somebody gonna make that call.
Somebody got a drone in the ball. That ball wasn't supposed to be picked off. Somebody got a drone in the ball.
4th and 1. Patrick Mahomes, get it to him now. Come on, get it to him.
Yeah, it's gonna be real. So anytime there's technology and stuff, we all know there's some super smart people in this world that know how to manipulate stuff. So I think it's gonna
be
real.
Can you imagine football getting hacked or something? Can you imagine, bro?
Hey, I guarantee it's gonna be some teams right now.
Nobody figured it out.
Private investigator trying to figure out some type of special technique. Go ahead, Pert.
Oh, I know that's going to happen. And when it does,
I don't think we ever been to the moon. For sure ain't the only ones out there, dog.
Sojourn's Conspiracy Corner.
Yeah. All I'm going to say is that if Bill can secretly tape practice, somebody's going to be able to learn how to hack these chips and these balls. It's going to be the Chiefs, and the Bills are going to lose because of it.
Really? And they got to change the rule again for you, Matt?
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a year too late no matter what happens.
It just seemed like, Matt, y'all can't shake heartbreak for nothing, bro. I mean, damn.
It's only a matter of time before they get it. I mean, we keep saying that, but get right.
They win, fam. I'm Matt, love you to death. But they like San Fran. That window long gone, bro. Y'all get close, but no Super Bowl, pal.
At least they got Vaughn on the cap this year. Okay, that's it.
Vaughn was stealing last year.
Vaughn,
Another rule change also happened. NFL touchbacks that will now go to the 35-yard line. Last year was the 30-yard line. You kick the touchback, and teams were still kicking through the end zone. They didn't care. So now they're trying to entice more teams so we can actually see some more kickoff returns. And I wish I had, the percentages, but look, the further the teams get the ball on a possession with 35, 40-yard line, the percentage of scoring goes up. So I wonder if teams will continue to still kick touchbacks knowing the ball is going to be at the 35, or will we see an increase in kickoff return? Because it's an exciting play. I know the rules are changed where guys are like 5 yards apart and all that, but we could change the game on kickoff return. I think they're trying to bring some more of that excitement into the air. I mean, I do think this still favors the offense. I know that's kind of an offensive league now to put the ball on the 35-yard line. That's 15 yards from midfield.
Wow, bro. Wow.
You know what I mean? So it's pretty crazy. I think they're just trying to get guys to put the ball and play on kickoff. I don't know how y'all feel about it.
Yeah, you got it, Warren. The rules suck to me.
But
we defensive guys too, though. So I just think it's not. I don't know. It's kind of like forcing you to do something. If I'm kicking the ball out the back of the end zone, then that's just what I'm doing. I could agree with moving into the 30. And I know people might say 5 yards isn't much of a difference, but like you said,
it's a big
in an analytic based league nowadays with the numbers, and they can tell you the percentages of points on the board. I think it's just going to be a tremendous lean towards the offensive side of the ball. Getting the ball at the 35, like you said, 15 yards away from midfield. These kickers nowadays kicking field goals from 55 plus. Like it's not fair, bro. But I don't know. Anything to, I guess, bring more excitement or put more points on the board, because that's what fans want to see. I understand it from that point, but I just don't think it's fair for the defensive side of things, bro. We already can't touch people, or what I'm saying? PI, like, it's not fair.
I don't know why we surprised, bro. It's an offensive league, bro. Like a lot of the rule changes that have been made from a contact standpoint, from a possession standpoint, have favored the offense. I don't know if like the point total of games have been down, therefore viewership has been down. I don't know what the science behind it is, but it's an offensive league. So whatever you can do to get more points on the board is going to excite the fans, right? Like, dead are the days where, people enjoy watching the game for the big hits and, a scoreless game. I love watching a low-scoring game, bro. I love watching the defense operate to perfection, right? I obviously love the big plays, love seeing receivers, go up top on people and things like that, running backs bust big runs and whatnot. But I love watching the defense just play flat out amazing defense. And just like this is not the league that we're watching these days. I mean, no offense to the offensive lovers and whatnot, but it's just what it is.
Yeah, but I understand why they're doing it, because I mean, at the rate it was going, kickoff was about to be eliminated. If dudes just keep kicking the ball in the end zone, it's like, why are we even lining up and doing this? Y'all just gonna kick the ball through the end zone.
You shouldn't have changed the rule in the first place, because now what you're doing is you're basically going back on you abolished the rule. I mean, you took away the essence of the kickoff in the first place to prevent concussions. Right now you're
and they stop concussions.
You know what I'm saying? Now you're changing it again, and now you're inviting more, right? So it's just like I'm gonna want to kick the ball inbounds anyway, because it ain't no way you get into the 35 if we running down full speed. Like, you're less likely to make it to the 35 if I'm just gonna shoot it up in the air and it land within the 5. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just now you're inviting more opportunities to see returns.
I just feel like, bro, and I know the kickoff can be a big play. You can gain momentum, you can gain yard, but I just think take it away, bro. Honestly, if you was doing it to prevent concussions, which is why they moved everybody, in close proximity from each other, just take the damn play away. Because now you're talking about, if I kick the ball in the back of the end zone, you're moving the ball to the 35. That's just like, the 30 was already a big jump from the 25 to the 30. Now you're talking about 10 yards. Like you said, 15 yards from midfield is just outrageous. Like that, I don't see no benefit of that to the other team. Only no benefit of that other than just for the offensive side that's getting the ball. This is not fair.
Now, at what point do you start awarding kickers and teams for, as you keep putting it back, for putting that thing through the field goal post, right? At what point do you start giving a point, 2 point? I don't know. I know that's far fetched. Yeah, that's a wild take. That's a wild take. But still, I'm just saying, it's like you're literally putting teams at a disadvantage. You're putting the defensive side of the ball at a disadvantage. Bro.
To me,
take that shit away.
To me, all they had to do was move where the kicker kicks the ball off, like 10 yards. Then the ball gonna be in play pretty much every time. Like, instead of awarding the offense where they start the ball at 35 yards, you kick it back where it's essentially going to be a return almost every single time. So I thought that would have been a better solution, but this is what they chose. We'll see how much it affects the game.
Why the hell they didn't do that, bro? That's a perfect fix for it.
Offense ain't scored. The offenses did not score enough points last year, so they're giving them a better opportunity.
I mean, we'll see.
Yeah, but you can still get a better opportunity if you move the kicker back 10 yards.
Yeah.
We might be dealing with a bunch of people that ain't never played the game that's trying to figure out.
Oh, you already know, bro.
I mean, let's call it what it is, bro. It's a lot of people that's making decisions that ain't never played the game that are trying to figure out how to make more money, get more viewers, and change shit. Excuse my language.
Because look, hey, y'all boys, keeping it being, we all play, fam. I can't tell you a damn thing about kicking no damn football, bro. So I don't know how you got people who, like you said, Warren, probably ain't either never played or if they did play, you still can't. Yeah, you still can't tell. You still can't tell somebody about kicking a damn football. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. But James, perfect. I think that would have been a better fix.
Yeah, I thought that'd been a simpler solution, but hey, we'll see where I'm sure to get changed again after this upcoming season. And we also had some rules that were put on the table to try to eliminate the tush push. That got tabled for now. We've already discussed that, but the Lions also proposed a playoff seeding change. That got tabled too, where the Lions wanted every division winner, they still automatically go to the playoffs, but the seeding should be based off record. I don't know how y'all, feel about that because, it could be a team that goes 7 and whatever, like 7 and 10. And if they won their division, they still get the number 4 seed versus maybe they might have had the number 7 seed if they changed the way the seeding goes. Do y'all think that should be changed or should it, stay the way it is to where, division winners, you automatically have top 4 seeds and then everybody after that falls in line?
You got to reward winning your division. I mean, it's unfortunately really? I feel like because every year now, obviously there's been a trend of who's been the top teams every year, right? But let's say like who's been notoriously bad. NFC East,
South,
NFC South. We've been bad.
NFC South, right? You got somebody that.
Wait. No, not the NFC. Do like the AFC. What's Jacksonville?
AFC South.
Do the AFC South.
All right, let's say.
What's up, Tyrell? I saw the comment. What's up? What you think?
But let's say you got a team like Jacksonville, right? And they somehow now have a good year. They win their division, right? It's like now at this point. Are they still irrelevant, but are they irrelevant just because they had a lower seed? They had a worse record than some of the other division winners, even though they won their division. Like I don't think that should matter, right? Like the competition within your division is your competition. It is what it is. Tell teams to get better, so on and so forth. It's like you can't take away from something that a team has accomplished throughout the season, right? Like you win your division, that's where you're seated. Like it is what it is. Like you don't like where you at, win your games. Win more games.
And that's so for me. I'm with the whole reseeding thing or whatever Detroit proposed. I think you win your division, that gets you in the playoffs, right? But when it comes to home field and getting a home field advantage game, I think you got to go off record. It's just crazy to me. You might have a team that could go, 13 and 13 and 3. Like the Vikings, you go 13 and 3, but Detroit won the division, so they get the home game, and you won that many games, and you don't get a home game at all just because your division's good. So I just think it's penalizing the teams that do go out and win, which we all know is hard as hell to win on Sunday, versus a team that might barely squeak in a 7 and 10, a 6 and 10 or a 7 and 10 team that barely make the playoffs, but because they won their division or the division's bad, they get a home field game and a playoff spot. I just don't agree with that.
But that's the whole essence of winning your division. Like if the Vikings aren't good enough to win their division, why should they be good enough to get a home game?
13 and 3, not good enough to win a division,
bro. Okay, obviously 6 of your games are within division, right? But what if the rest of your games aren't that great, right? You start going off of resumes. You beat Oakland, you beat Atlanta, you beat New Orleans, you beat
saying Atlanta, bro.
you beat
I give you Atlanta. The first time he said it, I said, yeah.
But no, but what I'm saying is like, we not
gotta make the playoffs.
but what I'm saying is like, we're not basing, like, this isn't college. We're not going off of resumes and all that stuff. So you have to go off of how you play in your division. This is the pros. This is the professional league. Like, everybody's good, so on and so forth. Like, if you don't win your division, you should not have the right to have a home field game. Like, that's just only 4 teams get home, or not 4 teams get home field advantage, but depending on where you fall after winning your division, that's where record comes into play anyway. So it's still a part of it. It's just not your top seeding.
James,
or it's not your top winners.
It's probably tough to pull it up right now, but
yeah.
If Minnesota went 13-3 last year, right? Who were their 3 losses? Because I'm sure Detroit, but
14-3. They lost to Detroit. Who they lost to? Let's see. They lost to Detroit. They lost to the Rams, and then what? They lost to Detroit in the playoffs, right? Or no, they lost to Detroit the last week too. So they lost to Detroit twice.
So
who did they beat? Now, obviously, they beat everybody in their division. They beat everybody in their division.
But you just said, Warren. You just said it's the league. It don't matter. It's tough to win regardless. So I don't care if you play Oakland or you play my point, Carolina Panthers. If you don't beat them, bro, you should be rewarded for that. Like,
nah, bro. Winning your division.
Winning your division should get you in the playoffs. That should be your playoff berth. If you were the AFC South and your division bad and you win, hey, we'll give you a playoff spot. You cool. But bro, you gotta go to Denver, or you gotta go to a team that came in second in a division, but they got a way better record than you.
Yeah, so let's see. So this year, your Rams, instead of being a 4 seed, y'all probably been a 6 or a 7 seed based on the NFC.
Won. I ain't worried.
I'm just saying, for example, because Lions were 15-2, Eagles were 14-3, Vikings were 14-3, the Commanders were 12-5, and the Packers were 11-6, and then the Rams and Bucks were 10-7. So
you're saying here's the thing. We'd have, had it been seeded that way still,
go on the road, bro.
We would have went on the road and still beat the Vikings.
Exactly.
What's your point?
I'm not. You the one saying that y'all should be rewarded. No, take your ass on the road.
No,
take your behind on the road.
If you
win
your
Minnesota,
if you win your division,
Warren, your division sucked this year.
Don't matter.
Why do y'all get a playoff?
We didn't have a home game.
No, I'm
for the wild card.
For the wild card, we did.
My point exactly. No,
that's just the way it feels.
Go on the road,
let the chips fall as they may.
Y'all should have went to a Washington or something like that. Teams like that. I mean, bro, I just think if you win the games, fam, you deserve that. You deserve, if you got a good record, you deserve to have a home game, bro. Kind of like the NBA.
So correct me if I'm wrong. If you win your division, so say for example, we're just looking at the NFC. You win your division. There's 4 divisions, right? You win your division, you get the top 4 seeds, right? That's how it works right now. Currently, that's how it works. Everything after that is based on record. So technically, record isn't taken out of it. Like, it's never been taken out of it. So you're still gonna fall if you are the number 5. You're still gonna play the numbers, or you're gonna play the number 4
versus 5. Yeah,
4 versus 5. You play number. You just won't have home field. I mean, it's still if you're talking about it's a cakewalk team, it still shouldn't be no problem, right?
No, I don't agree, because again, bro, it is hard to win in the league, bro. I don't care if you can be the Green Bay Packers with or whoever, the Philadelphia Eagles, and you gotta go play the Carolina Panthers. You seen how they kind of switched that whole thing up late in the year. Bryce Young came along, they were playing way better ball. as the season progressed.
Mhm.
I just think if you have, your four division teams get a playoff spot, which I think should stay the same. But if you have a team like a Minnesota who went 13-3, I think they should be rewarded the home game just off of record. I just think that would be fair because you getting a playoff spot and a home field game for going 7-10.
You literally just said how hard it is to win in the league. So
For
if
sure.
you win your division, why not get that? Why not get the bye? It's hard to win in division, it's harder to win in division than it is out of division. So if you just so happen to beat the teams in your division to win your division, why do you not get a bye week?
You are rewarding a team a home game for
winning their
8-8,
division, winning their division,
and going 8-8.
Okay, it is what it is. They won their division. They beat the teams in their division. What do you mean? You just don't know how hard it is to win.
The Rams. Let the Rams go 10. Let the Rams go.
As long as we go
14-2, and they gotta go on the road, bro.
I ain't worried. If we go 14-2, I am not worried. If we are 14-2,
you know what, bro? You ain't worried. If y'all went 14-2 and y'all had to go to to Philly or something, bro.
I ain't worried. If we're a 14-2 and we're not, if we're a 14-2 and Philly's what? Philly's your 8-8. I ain't worried at all.
You sound crazy as a bat, bro. But you got it, man.
8-8. Philly is 8-8. We are 14-2. We've been playing good ball. I'm not worried about it.
James,
come on, bro.
Rams to the Super Bowl market.
We were just in that position and just almost beat your Philadelphia.
Almost don't count. You lost. Y'all was in Cancun with us just a little bit later, bro.
That's fine. Y'all almost had a Super Bowl a few years back, but you didn't. So how about that?
See,
leave us alone. Leave us alone.
I'm straight, bro. All right, listen. I've come to terms with my heartbreak with the damn Falcons in Houston when we lost to the Super Bowl. You don't gotta keep throwing it at me. He the reason why y'all ain't got another Super Bowl too. So I don't know why you keep.
Ooh.
And then also James, they beat y'all in Atlanta. And then also
I had split alliances that game. I was rooting for my
y'all GM come out talking about F the picks. Y'all trade everybody for damn near every best player in the league out of position, bro. And you feel good about that Super Bowl win.
It worked.
You got it, bro.
And y'all really should have lost. You said it's hard to win in the league, so we figured it out, and now we can penalize.
Jamar Chase, Joe Burrow missed Jamar Chase on that.
And whose fault is that?
It was a phantom call too there on Logan Wilson. I forget that was a phantom call.
So you feel me?
Aaron Donald applied the pressure to seal the game. This is how the game works.
Whatever,
what you want us to do? You want us to give the trophy back and say, "Oh, they should have had it." What do you want us to do? What do you want us to do?
And then our friends and stuff, they always talk about me being a hater and how I hate.
I'm not a hater.
Hold on, no, not you. They're saying me being a hater because I dislike and I want y'all teams to lose on Sundays, and you the reason why, bro. You see how you act. This is why
I don't want Atlanta to lose, bro.
But you keep taking shots at Atlanta.
But
listen, bro.
Y'all, that's just
jabs. But listen, bro.
You want me to choose to New England? New England in the same spot right now, dog.
What's gonna make me so happy this year, bro, is when y'all suck, bro. I promise.
We're not.
I'm gonna be the most obnoxious.
But we're not. We're gonna win the division. We're gonna make the playoffs.
If
y'all
already
nobody right now, bro. Hey, all I'm saying is
you better hope the boys win that division.
I already know. I ain't even tripping.
You better hope,
bro. We started the season 1-5 and turned that thing around. We're worried about it, and we reloaded. Come on, bro.
It's a new year, my guy.
Okay, man.
Ain't nothing guaranteed, my guy. Ain't nothing. I don't care how many moves you make. Ain't nothing guaranteed.
You're right.
Guaranteed, man. There are some still, pretty talented free agents still available. So I'm gonna go through some of the names, and y'all can let me know whether y'all team or whether you guys would like these guys to be on your team. We got guys like Asante Samuel Jr., still a free agent. You got Aaron Rodgers. You got Amari Cooper. You got Justin Simmons, still a free agent. You got Rasul Douglas. You got J.K. Dobbins, Kazir White, Mike Hilton, Tyler Lockett, Brandon Sheriff. So there's still some talented dudes, who are free agents right now. I mean, it could be somebody else, but do any of those names? I know for Warren, I know some of them names should intrigue y'all, especially in that secondary.
Dante Samuel, Justin Simmons, both of them. Yeah, Roswell Douglas, get a veteran on the outside too. Yeah, all of them.
I'm from LA. I like that. I like him over there in that Rams uniform. For me, man, we need a damn pass rusher. I don't even know if it's any good. Vaughn, maybe.
Right, because I mean Vaughn, he definitely. You just never know.
Vaughn don't need to be in the A though, fam.
It's health for me. It's health.
I'm surprised. Damn, I'm surprised we signed Justin Simmons. Bro.
Perk said you got.
Perk said we got. We'll say Perk. We need something, bro.
Need somebody.
We need something.
Y'all need Batman?
Nah, we don't need Batman, but we ain't Batman. We don't need Batman yet. We need Batman.
I ain't gonna lie. I'll take Justin Simmons on the Pats too. Shoot, he good safety, play the middle of the field, play the run, do all that stuff. Veteran guy. Yeah, got veteran. I mean, I don't know how much he's looking for and everything, but I'll definitely take a Justin Simmons. I already think the Patriots done had a pretty good offseason, but I mean, when there's this many talented people still available, like I'm surprised Mike Hilton still available.
Mike Hilton,
he's a good little player, man. Scrappy, could play in the slot, send him on blitzes, he makes plays that way. I'm surprised he's still available.
I will say this though. I think a lot of these guys everybody really on that list is 7+ in the league. For the most part, that I would say, man, I think them boys enjoying the off season, man, ain't trying to get to where they going till camp.
Wait till after that draft.
Wait till after that draft. Let them boys get that OTAs up out of them and all that stuff. I'll be ready. I'll be ready come camp time, fam. I ain't trying to deal with all that.
Oh man! And speaking of the draft, we do have a potential, first round draft pick in Ted McMillan. I mean, a clip resurfaced from 2023. I don't know whether it's his YouTube or somebody else's YouTube channel of him saying that he doesn't like to watch extra film. I ain't gonna say he ain't like to watch no film. He don't like to watch film on his own because he watches enough film, with his coaching staff and with the rest of the receiver group. I don't know how y'all necessarily feel about that. I mean, I know for me, when I was in college, especially my freshman year, that's what type of time I was on.
Freshman year,
coach, give me what I need. I'm locked in. When I leave that building, I ain't watching no more. That's it. Come Saturday, I'm ready to play. That's it. I don't need no extra. I'm just gonna go out there and play ball. But obviously, as I got a little bit older, then I started watching a little bit more film on my own. And once you get to the league, getting a little bit of routine. I know for me, I'm not a over film watcher. Now that I'm a coach, you gotta watch the film now. But I never overwatched the film. I watched to where I got a good beat on what the team was doing. And then, when I felt comfortable with what I was seeing, then boom, I kind of moved forward. Running back's a reactionary position. I'm not going to try and watch every single game, every single clip and be robotic for me. Receiver, I mean, it's kind of the same. It's a reactionary position. You get a feel for how the corners that's going to be matching up against you. You get a feel for them. You get a feel for the coverages they play, and then you go out there and react. So, I mean, I get it. I mean, I wouldn't, necessarily get recorded, saying something like that. I don't think it'll hurt his draft stock, but I think once you get into the league, get a better feel because you get a lot of free time to yourself, in the league. Now you got a lot of hours when you leave that building. If you're not studying at least some, then I don't think that's necessarily. I mean, you better get away with it for a little bit, but I think if you become a dog, like you better start looking. I know everybody handle it differently. I know some dudes can, what I mean?
I know some people that y'all seeing all pros that I know for sure get to the crib and throw that book bag in the corner and jump on Xbox.
But don't they track your hours on how much you watch film nowadays?
They can track all that.
Man, y'all boys, come on, man. Throw the iPad on in the corner and just let it
let it on play.
Let it on play. But I will say this, right? Like, being in a reaction and especially a position where I'm really dictating everything. The corner playing off me. So I could understand if he was a quarterback or something like that, where you need to truly be able to I guess, read what the safety doing, read what the D-line doing up front. For him outside, it's going to be, hey, you got a 15-yard dig on this route. That's blah, blah, blah in front of you. Whatever his weaknesses is, figure out how you can win and get to this spot on time. You get what I'm saying? So I wouldn't have, again, like you said, James, I wouldn't have came out and said, like, I'm not really the film watcher type, but I can understand it, especially at that position. And go out there, figure out how you're going to get to this landmark and win, bro, when the ball's in the point of the air for attack. I just think, bro, when it comes to the draft, they nitpick. You got a lot of people fam, that what kills me is who ain't never ran no 15-yard comeback, who ain't never ran no slant route against Jalen Ramsey or something.
The Jimmys and the Joes.
The Jimmys and the Joes, bro. This man is a potential first-round pick for a reason. Whatever he's been doing has been working, man. And I'm not saying that you can't improve on anything or tweak certain stuff, but sitting there saying just because you don't watch film as much outside of the building shouldn't be something that you just kill somebody draft stock over.
But we'll play the clip. You can play the clip so people who haven't seen it can check it out.
Every day to watch it by myself because we go over as a receiver group. I don't watch football.
You know what? You don't watch football? At all?
At all.
Is it hard to watch film then if you don't like watching football?
Yeah.
For real? That's crazy.
I don't like watching
He could be trolling, bro.
You're not trolling about that first part. That's a real thing now that I'm starting to notice. These young dudes that play football really don't watch.
They don't. Yeah, they don't.
Which is so crazy to me because I know everybody's different. Everybody does, different things on their free time. I know for me, that's literally all I watch. All I watch is sports on TV. I ain't even really watching TV shows. I ain't really watching, nothing else. But some of these young dudes, they have, other things that they're interested in, music, art, whatever it may be, clothes, fashion, like all that stuff. So they don't necessarily, watch Monday Night Football, Thursday Night Football. Maybe they'll watch, they're gonna watch the games of the teams that they going up against, maybe, but it's not seeming as interesting for them to sit there and watch it on TV. And I guess it's not necessarily a problem. I think it's just different for me when you get asked like a player, ask like a college player, like who the running back for, the whatever for the Rams, or who the receiver for this, and they have no idea. They can go out there and play ball and go out there and win versus man-to-man coverage and go ball out. It doesn't necessarily matter, but I just always think it's so strange. I don't know how y'all feel about that.
You got it right. It's a different generation. For sure.
Yeah, it's a different generation. Everybody's got their things, man. I mean, it's like you said, kids are now big into social media, podcasts in their lives and or not podcasting, recording their lives, streaming their lives, getting into music. Everybody want to be a rapper and a singer these days. Things like that. Art, fashion. Kids got their things these days, man. I don't have too much of a thought against it as long as you're doing what you need to be doing on the field and it's translating that, everything that you're watching, the fit when you do watch film and all that stuff and you're getting out and you're working out, as long as it's translating onto the field and it's not a distraction, I'm good with it, and that's just me personally. What I like to see more people getting into the game and guys that are currently playing, watching the game and all that stuff. I would love that, but everybody has their own thing. And there's different things that get people excited and get people moving forward throughout their day and all that stuff. And if that's what you got to fall back on, then that's cool. But just obviously make sure whatever you're doing, that it ain't a distraction of what you got to do to make your paper.
100%. I know for us three on here, we all football junkies. Like you said,
sure.
It could be football on a Wednesday night, and it could be this team in the middle of versus, and we gonna watch it, right? But I like to, for the people out there that try to critique, athletes for not putting in enough time, I just like to bring it back to it's like having a regular job. And when you go to work and you clock in and you work from 9 to 5, and when it strike 5 o'clock, you be out the door just that fast, and you don't want to deal with it till
and you ain't taking that work home either.
You feel me? You don't want to deal with it till 9 tomorrow. It's kind of in a similar sense of that. I will say there is a little bit more free time. And the elite guys that are at the next level, I'm sure they figure out a way to gain a competitive edge whether it's watching film or putting in extra time after practice, something. But it just doesn't necessarily have to be planting in front of an iPad and just watching. Because you got guys that plant in front of an iPad and guess what? Still get out there on Saturday and Sunday and look like a deer in the headlight. So it just all depends on what your niche and how you can be successful. I just think you got to find what that is.
Yeah, most definitely. I just think it's always cool when, like guys like us or even current players know the history of the game. I still think that's, pretty important to kind of, know some stuff of the past, know some of the Hall of Famers. Obviously, they probably gonna know people like Barry Sanders and Randy Moss, but maybe some of the other guys that are Hall of Famers are very good players. Maybe they didn't make it to the Hall of Fame to know what some of those guys have done, or how many Super Bowl championships this franchise won, or this franchise hasn't won, any championships. Because I know a coach like Bill Belichick, he'd be wanting you to know, stuff like that. I don't know if some of these, newer coaches, do all that to really want you to study your opponent, that much of, what college did the linebacker going up against, what college did he go to, and this and that, or a little bit of their story. I still think that's a cool part of the game because, sometimes that really lets you know who you're really going up against and what they may go out there and do on Saturdays or Sundays. So go ahead, Warren.
Bro, no, I was about to say, you made mention of like kids not knowing the history, man. Like it's so funny. I was watching a video a couple of days ago, and like they were doing that, do this if you hear a name that's better than this running back in the league, right? Or like I don't know what, I can't remember what start. It stopped me when you hear a name that's better than this so and so person. I can't remember the running back that they named in the league, but they were high school kids and they were naming all these running backs, and then they got around to like Darren Sproles, and then they got into like a Brian Westbrook, Chris Martin, LaDainian Tomlinson, and the kids were like, "Oh, I don't know who that is. Oh, I don't know who that is." And I'm like, "Bro, what? How do you not know who LT is? Who Brian Westbrook is? Like, how?" And it's just like,
LT started a little bull phase with him and Ray. Him and Ray Lewis? I remember when he came out with that bull. I was like, "Man, what the?" He was gaming and he was gaming.
Bro, the dark, bro. He was one of the ones
the dark too.
The dark tent visor. Dude. But it's just like,
I got a question for y'all. Go ahead, finish up.
No, go ahead. No, I was just gonna say, like, it's just wild to me where kids that's the part of history that kids don't understand. And it was literally like
it wasn't that long ago.
It wasn't that long ago for sure. So both of you guys, right? College or NFL, you guys know the history of the game. I both have played in big games. Who was it that y'all stepped on the field and you was like, damn, that's, damn, that's, I don't know, damn, that's Ray Lewis for James, like, damn, that's Ray Lewis, or who was it for you guys that you guys, college or the league, stepped on the field and was like, damn, that's a big dog right there for sure.
College tough. Play with it like JJ would definitely one of them. JJ Watt, a lot of them dudes. When I stepped up, because I thought I was big when I got to college. I thought I was big, and I was probably one of the bigger players on my high school team. I got to college, I saw myself on tape for the first time. Like, oh, I'm little. I'm really not a big football player. I'm really small compared to the rest of these dudes. So JJ Watt's definitely one of them. They like going up against like a Terrell Pryor, seeing him in person, like seeing how tall he is, freak athlete. He was definitely one of them who. Like going up against Clowney when we played him, my last year in college, you see him in person, like we see him coming out of high school and hearing about him, and then actually going up against him, like, oh, this dude, like the real dude, he might be number one pick. Like,
number one pick.
I can't get exposed like running back from Michigan. I can't end up like that. So I made sure I knew where he was at. I could end up like that. Made sure I knew where he was at on every single play, so I end up like that. But there's quite a few guys then in the league. Man, it was my own team. Like when I got there in 2014, there's all type of dudes in that locker room. Tom, Grunt, Reeves, Brandon Browner, Chandler Jones, like all these dudes. So it was like my own teammates. I'm like, dang, I was just watching all these dudes for all these years. Now I'm on the team with them. So I think that was definitely cool. I think you get a little starstruck at first, but then you're on the field. It's like, all right, like you gotta play ball. I don't know who it is for y'all.
I say for me, watching Clowney, and again, I think once I got to college, and you start to really see the difference of when you have good guys on the field, and then you have
elite. Yeah,
I think it's even a step above elite, where it's just like, yeah. So playing defense, but then asking guys like Trailer or you, like, man, how the hell we gonna stop Clowney this week, or what we doing? Y'all telling me like, man, shit, the tight end pulling, I'm gonna chip him. We got Big Rob trying to double team. Like, just hearing all the stuff that go into account to try to stop a specific or a certain type of player, I think for me was just super dope to see. So I probably say Clowney. I mean, went number one pick overall. Like, I was just telling my family members, you got to be that boy to go number one. It's one thing to be drafted in the first round or be, the best player at your position, but to be the first pick off the board, you got to be special in some type of way. So I think just seeing y'all prepare for Clowney, that was like, damn, he good for real. He good for sure. And then the league, I'll say Larry Fitzgerald. I'll say Larry.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie, I looked at Larry. I was like, bro, you was on the front cover. You was on the front cover of NCAA. Was it 03 or 04? It was. I want to say it was
one of them joints. Yeah, legendary.
Might have been 04.
It was. No, it might. It's either 04
because it was him and Troy Polamalu.
No. I'm talking about college football.
College football. I'm tripping.
I want to say
it might have been. What was it? And it was
when Ray Lewis was on the front cover of Madden. It was that same. It was that
05.
So it's either 04 or 05. I want to say it's either 04 or 05.
Yeah.
But I remember seeing Fitz, and I was just like, bro, I was in 4th grade when you was about to go to the league, fam. Like, that was crazy to me.
It's 05. Yeah.
05.
Yeah. 05. Yep. Fam. I was in 4th grade when this shit was
I had to use on his team.
And here it is. 15 years later, you still in the league. You still for show hands. I ain't gonna lie, bro. It's like seeing a legendary Pokemon, fam. Y'all people that play Pokemon, boy, I was thinking.
About you, Warren? Your boy been thinking over there.
I've been thinking for sure. I would say in college, it for sure had to been Jadeveon Clowney. He was different. Excuse my language. That boy was different.
Yeah, for sure.
College for sure. Jadeveon Clowney. I'm trying to think. DeAnthony Thomas was like that too that year.
Did play Oregon.
We played him in the Rose Bowl, just like, and it wasn't like seeing him like when we first went out there, but like when that mom broke that long ass reversal, whatever it was, bro. Like,
it was an inside zone.
Inside zone, whatever it was, bro. And that, hey,
I love you, fam.
Hey, we love you, bro. But that separation, bro, really put your in perspective for me, bro. That motherfucker was fast, bro.
He slide on Dez too. He was
Dez too.
Yeah.
Y'all boys, I remember watching that on TV, bro. I got home from school, turned the game on, bro. I'm talking about, bro. He left a hand out the screen, fam. But he would have left. But to his credit, he would have left anybody out the screen. So
untouched, perk clean.
I stayed in the league. It'll probably, bro, for sure, Matty Ice. Oh, for sure, Matt Ryan.
Yeah.
That fool was cold, bro. Matt Ryan was cold.
You got Julio too.
We had Julio. Bro, I forget Julio, Matty Ice. Bro, you know who was tall, bro? A big dude. Like, obviously, we played him in college, but I was never on the field at the same time as him. You remember Rasheed Hageman with Minnesota?
Yeah.
He tackled. Bro, that was huge, bro. I thought I was a big dude. You know, I'm solid. Bro, that was huge, bro.
Yeah. Minnesota has some boys too.
They had some players.
That's Minnesota though, but they had some.
Definitely had some. And along the same lines of college
Julio, for sure. Dang, bro, I'm so sorry,
bro.
About
Julio, yeah.
Bro, hey, I got a story for you, dog. I got a story for you. So, we make it through rookie minicamp, we make it through OTAs and all that stuff. And we get moved into the big locker room. So now not the big locker room. We get moved into, you get your own locker now. Like, I didn't have to share a locker with nobody. Like, I done made it. We going into summer. We getting ready to go into camp, all that stuff. You know, right before right before preseason.
Yeah.
So I'm, did my stuff in the camps, got my opportunities and whatnot. I walk in one day, bro, and this is like the craziest thing, bro. And so I walk in and you hear everybody, oh, and it's only literally Matty Ice's locker was right on the other side, on the next row over, bro. So I walk around there. He's not involved, but it's like, it's Julio, it's Eric Weems at the time, who was a really good slot receiver and returner. Leonard Hankerson. I don't know if y'all remember him. Hey, he was cold too, bro. It was him.
Hank.
It was
with Hank James.
Yeah, Hank, my freshman year.
Bro, it was a bunch of them dudes. It was Willie Moe, he was cold safety.
Yeah, Willie Moe, yeah.
A bunch of those dudes over there, bro. They was throwing dice, dog. hey, right before we went to meetings, bro. I can't remember who it was, but somebody lost their money, bro. But somebody lost their money. Be like, all right, I'll be back with 15 bands tomorrow. I'm like, 15 bands? What? That's a preseason check. Or that's not a preseason. That's a regular season check for a practice squad player. Like that would be like my weekly.
Some of them dudes sign a bonus.
I'll be back tomorrow. I'm like, bruh, and just imagine what Julio making. Willie Moe at the time had just got re-signed, bro. Them boys was making bread. That boy said, I'll be back with 15 bands tomorrow. I have my 15 tomorrow. I'm like, bro.
Boys tripping.
I done
doing that every day.
Every day. Boy, out there in AZ, boy, I seen some people lose that. I say, I couldn't believe my eyes. I'm like, fam, you got to, bro. It has to be a button where it's just like, I gotta get up out of here, fam. Like, you going into Omies, fam. I'll be back tomorrow and pay you. Like, you gotta leave here and go to the bank and pull that out.
That was your mindset. I was like, I gotta make this cheese, boy. I was like, I gotta get that. I wanted that money, boy.
There's some boys in playing with this.
Oh man. But along the same lines as college football, what we was talking about, I saw this clip from Bussing with the Boys. They had Dale Earnhardt, on their podcast. And he would have never imagined this, but I'll let y'all listen to the clip of how he plays EA College Football 25.
Dale Earnhardt Jr. is the most recent national champion college football coach in his league.
So I don't know if everybody can see this, but this is my gift from Charlotte, the 49ers, UNCC. I started as a 1-star with Charlotte and recruited them up to a 4.5-star and beat Michigan, who's a buddy of mine. He was my best man. He's the best man in my wedding, TJ Majors.
Jukes. You lose it to Michigan.
Jukes
Charlotte.
Well, I recruited, worked hard. This is my iPad, my own personal iPad, right? So I have a spreadsheet on my dynasty. This is my offense.
Like, this is your depth chart?
Yeah. Yes, depth chart. Red is seniors, juniors, it's color coded.
Oh, this is a Connor Stallions manifesto.
Yeah.
That is my depth chart. So this is my playbook. These are all run plays. These are pass plays, RPOs, screens. I will then rank them in their ability to gain yards. And then I will customize my playbook.
Confirm college football sicko.
It's fun.
Bro, that's fire. Bro, that's fire.
That's a little too serious, man. Like,
bro, I wish our leagues was like, when we started our league, bro, I wish they was that serious, bro.
Somebody need to give you a headset and go coach for real.
Well, you guys do that detail.
You don't need to be.
I wouldn't say
doing that.
You need to be on. You're gonna have a lot of Jimmy and Joes out here trying to take their NCAA talent to.
But you should though, so people can really see like.
This ain't no
cakewalk. You think you finna call this play action pass and it's gonna work? Like no.
Boy, running cover zero every play, blitzing everybody, thinking that's gonna work in real life.
Be one and done. You'll be done. Verts.
But that's definitely crazy. I've never heard nobody have all that for a video game. But hey, you that detailed and that you got it broke down to that extent. Of course they're gonna win a dang championship. Boys, they got the plays listed on how they gonna work. That's the real offensive coordinator stood up. That boy got a call sheet.
That boy got to run. My dog got a game script.
Fam, that boy got an Excel call sheet. That boy color coded and all. Blue, yellow, red, high red zone, low red zone. I wonder if there's some bread involved in that. Something
it gotta be.
Ain't no way I'm doing all this just to be able to hold up the group chat trophy at the end of the hell no.
He definitely tweaking. But before we wrap, man, it's the Final Four in March Madness. So about to come to a close. So we got all number 1 seeds left in the bracket. We got Duke versus Houston and Florida versus Auburn in the Final Four. So I know me and So, we thought Florida's gonna win it all. They still in it. It's crazy. I think this is the first time in history where it's all number 1 seeds in the Final Four. From what I recall, I think might be history. So one of the first times the seeding actually, the second time. So I mean, this is one of the first time or the second time where it's actually worked out like this. So the seeding is correct. Top dogs, they in the Final Four. So you're gonna have 2 number 1 seeds in the national championship. I don't know who y'all like. You still think Florida? I still think Florida's the team.
Florida's gonna win.
Walter Clayton, that boy,
win.
Yeah, I think they're gonna win. I like Walter Clayton. He gaming. He been on point, but I mean, he still got Coop Flag and Duke. Houston tough though. Houston play that tough defense, man. That's the one thing about them. They've always been like that since their head coach Kelvin Sampson. They play aggressive defense, and they got dudes that's gonna hoop and play aggressive. So I don't know who y'all like to win it all,
bro. Hey, side note, bro. Y'all ever hear that, or y'all hear the story of what's his name? The dude was just Will Clayton.
Oh yeah, I ain't heard a story though.
You heard this, bro? Walter Clayton, excuse me. Bro, they talked about how he was a 4-star quarterback, getting recruited out of high school, had a ton of great D1 offers like Georgia, Bama, all this stuff like that. Florida, and he was a 0-star in basketball, bro. And went to Iona, bro. Bet on himself. Now he's at Florida, bro. One of the top draft picks, bro. Bro, that's gangster, bro. That's gangster, bro. That's gangster, bro. But then it also goes to show you, like they said in the video, these analysts don't know what the hell they're talking about.
Yeah, true. Yeah, but I mean, people develop though. People develop into better players.
For sure. I'm gonna go. So I still have Florida making a national championship, but just the way that I think Duke has been playing ball, man, and Coop, man, I just want to see him. I want to see him be successful and go on and win a national championship, especially because I'm assuming he's gonna be the number 1 pick in the draft. It's nothing like being able to also be a national championship winner. I think though they do, I don't know much about college basketball, but from March Madness, been watching, I know Houston defense A1. So I think that matchup I'm gonna be looking forward to. And then Auburn and Florida. I mean, obviously having to be in the same conference, SEC. I'm sure they played each other once or twice this year. So to be able to get that rematch, I think Auburn won the first time. It's always hard to beat a team twice. We always say that. So I just think the Final Four is going to be super interesting, bro. This is what you want to see when you get down to the nitty gritty of crowning a champion. You want to see the best teams at it.
Yes, sir, good on good is what they say.
Good on good.
It's a wrap for this Money Down podcast on the Believe Network, presented by BetOnline.ag. Steve Warren with the Money Down T-shirt. We appreciate tuning in.
Nice material.
Hug you, you know what I'm saying? You ain't got all sizes.
Hey, no diddy.
Yes, sir, man. We appreciate y'all. Keep tuning in. We're gonna be back again probably next Tuesday. We back again live next Tuesday. Tap in with us.